So I have this thing here, and I want to make it sit on a piece, on a pen. Anyone with a pen, a big pen, don't give me a fancy pen, it may get spoiled. I want a big pen. You send that young man. You come. You come. These are... We have to first do the magic, then he knows what they are for. Come here and we be doing magic. Others will find when we are...
Will you share the video?
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to record, I said.
Eh?
You wanted to record.
No, why did you...
Wait for you.
Why did you stop him? I'm government property. I'm paid by the government, so I'm government property. That's why the government paid all my fees when I was at school. Needs property. So, do you believe it can sit on this pen? If it sits there, we have done this magic. In the night you may not be able to sleep. So we have to first agree that we are okay with it. So we hold it strong. So let's see. I'll explain what this is, and I'll also use it to explain something when I'm giving the presentation. If the moon comes out and becomes bright very early, we shall take a look at it, and then after taking a look at it, we wait for those who really want to look at the presentation, we do it. So you still want to see us, we do magic. Let's do one thing at a time. So I'm going to make this thing run. How do you feel inside you? Because I'm worried the magic may affect you. So I will explain, you release. I will explain why, even if I do like this, or this, or this, or this, or this, it still continues to spin without falling off. So we shall do one more maneuver. That's when he's... So I now can feel the magic has affected me. So I'm going to spin it and I'll make it dance on this string. Dance this way and try to dance this another way. But before I go on, this is how God created us. He created the earth and made it spin and threw us in space. And that's why we are spinning like this. So we see the sun coming from there, it sets there, we make a day, we make a week, we make a month, we make a year, and then we repeat ourselves and make birthdays. When is your birthday? You don't remember. September. So it is already gone. But I will wait next week. So this one, I will, do you want to do it or I do it? I want to spin it and then I will give you the string very fast and you make it like this. Then I make it sit here. Will you be quick that way? Or someone else wants to try? Don't worry. Don't wait for other people. Don't wait. We can be doing this as we wait for quorum. Because I don't want people to say, when you were done, don't you know we are African? Although let come as eat bones. Some people say the meat near the bone is the sweetest. So I'm going to spin it, or I can go and get another string. We shall see. So I am going to, when I pull and I give you, you make it tight like this. I will give you the string, you hold it, we put this. Tight. So that because I want it to sit here. Slowly. Then tilt the other side slowly. Slowly. Okay, thank you very much. You can now go and see. The pieces are in a box. Coding, you can program it and tell it what to do. This one is GPS data, so if it reaches somewhere, it says that now you turn, and then after turning, put down the harvester, then start harvesting. For example, I think this is harvesting hay. Is it hay? This thing for feeding the cows. And on this platform here, I have some line there. This one will be able to follow that line using this sensor here. And then move around this platform. It's not a perfect trying to behave a little bit, but my experience is that the moon, once you see the moon and it is bright, let me make sure that we see it and then we continue. My problem is when people have seen it, then they say, to hell with your presentation. They just say, we are going home. So sometimes I become mean and pretend I haven't seen it. I pretend maybe the thing is not ready, thinking I'll keep them around, and then sometimes clouds cover it again, and then I get problems. So I don't know, I'll do whatever I can, and whatever will help each of you. If you go, it is not my problem. I will do my part. I can. But the young ones, mature people, you are already like this. Bending you is a problem. So I want the small ones to come near here. I demonstrate to them when you are just here. The young ones, all of you come here. I want to demonstrate to the young ones. The mature ones, you be just hearing us explaining, doing something. Any one of you who is too old who wants to see robots, how they work. The young ones. So you make like a circle here. The other ones, the mature ones, will just hear of what they do. So this is an explorer. GPS signals, the tractor, the garden is already plotted. So it says that when you reach at this coordinate, do this. When you reach here, do this. Okay? So we're going to see it now here. Here, I will switch it on. It has a program already put there, which is Explorer. So I'll go to my files, I'll go to software, and then it is Explorer. And then I will say run. And before I run, so if we had a lot of space, it would be able to move around and then move by itself, knock things and then see things. But I will try to disturb it so that you understand what is going on. Because we don't have enough. We have space inside there. We could go on the floor. I really feel like I should manage you the whole.
I address you tonight,
I'm not the one who made you.
not as the President of the United States,
for us, we are going to the veranda,
not as the leader of a country,
here, and
but as a citizen of
then I will come
humanity.
for the line one. That one you can keep.
We are faced with
So
a
you
very
come here
great challenge.
in the corridor here.
The Bible calls this day Armageddon.
You already remember that.
The end of all things. And yet, for the first time in the history of the planet, the species has the technology to prevent soaring.
To see. So I will run it. So it has seen the wall. It has seen her. It has knocked him and looked for where to go. Knocked him, looked for where to go. It has seen it. So now it knocks because the signal is not coming again back. So if you can you come like this. So we are going to allow it to go to a bigger space. Don't fear it. Let it knock your feet and then it will come out. Okay. Okay, we can now go back. I think we are, then I can Then when we are back, if you want to take a video, you can first take a video, then we go out again. So it can knock you if the eyes can't see, or it can see you and stop and move forward. But we were not doing something wrong. We are just I want those people to see something also. I don't want them to say it. So this is called ultrasonic sensor. It's like what the bats do use. So the bat sends a signal, and when it comes back, it says now this is the word. It turns. If that signal comes to you, it doesn't go back. That's why bats knock people. Normally they slap you. Then here it has a touch sensor for if the bumper knocks something, then it will look for where to go. So I'm going to run and confuse it here so that you see how the two work. So I will run. Now it has seen me. So I can make it keep seeing me and have nowhere to go. So if I knock it here, it looks for where to go. It knocks, it looks for where to go. I'm sorry, it is too rapid. So that is done. So this is a line follower. It uses a color sensor. So hopefully it should be able to follow this line. And for example, if you were in an athletics match and athletes are running around the track, a robot can follow them, filming them, for example. Or you can use it to draw a line around the pitch, like painting the place. It's up to you what you choose to use it for. So let's do this. So I'm going to my file software, then I look for the line follow. It's stubborn because of the light. It may not follow properly, but let's see whether that... because there is a lot of... we shall try in the night when it is whatever, but I will look for the other program and see whether it is better. So it follows but doesn't reach somewhere. This thing is too reflective. There's a lot of reflection. So in the evening, when it becomes a bit dark, I will make sure that we try it again and see whether it works fine. So now you can sit. You have seen the robot. Oh, before you go back, this is all of you are very young. The other ones are the ones who can see. This is a coil. Have you ever seen a coil? This is a coil. Also there is a magnet. I have two magnets. A small one and a big one. To show that the big one works better than the small one. So when you move a generator, when you are, the other lady said that she started it. So when you are doing, you are trying to make sure the conductor moves in a magnetic field, and then it produces electricity. That electricity starts the engine, the way people start the car. And the engine of the generator is now with the one which will be now moving the coil at a high speed, and then we get electricity. So now I will use my hands to produce the electricity. So this one is a meter, which should show me how much electricity I would have caused here, that flows in the wire. So did you see anything? Yeah, so that's electricity. If I move in and out, you see the pointer going around. But I want you to remember something, those of you who are very young. If you change the poles, then it will change also to where it goes. Now watch properly and show me. Where has it gone? Where has it gone? And they call it lenses law. That when you are using something to produce electricity, the electricity will flow in the opposite of what you are using it to produce. Do you know what is inside the charger of your daddy and mommy? What is inside your charger, the charger of your mommy and daddy is called the transformer. This is the transformer. The same thing, this other charger which you always see also, and then they say you put in a USB, this is what is inside. It's a transformer and electrification circuit which changes AC to DC or alternating current to direct current. You'll study these things when you grow up. And this is the transformer for the radio. It is inside your radios, but you have never seen it, okay? And then you who are in S2, they teach you primary windings many, secondary windings which are too few, because it steps down the electricity. Now you can go sit, we start our day. I'll do my part, then whatever you do after here, my disclaimer is that I'm not responsible. The reason I'm saying I'm not responsible is one of other parents brought the daughter here. The daughter came wanting to do medicine. After she left here, she said, now I want to be a physicist. So I make a disclaimer. If your daughter or son says, now I want to change, I am not responsible. Don't say that guy changed the perspective of my child. I'm not responsible. So I make a disclaimer. So we are going to look at the... I will just tell you, maybe show you how these planets are, probably how they spin around the sun, and then I'll make sure you understand how the Earth moves around and how the moon moves around it. We shall understand a few things, and then we shall also know why it is cloudy today, but struggling to rain, but not raining. And I can only brag about that when it has not rained and the moon is there. Otherwise, if it comes cloud and we can't see anything, I can't brag that I am explaining to you what is going on. So we have this arrangement of the planets. It should be a complete, this should be complete orbits, like sort of oval part. But this is the sun. And then the arrangement of the planets are that this should be Venus, Uranus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, up to the one which they call Plato. Is it Plato? I told you I am not an astronomer, so if I mention something wrongly, you don't blame me, okay? Pluto has never finished its revolution, so that's why some people say, but a planet should finish its revolution. If it has never finished, why should it be there? Some people say, let us give it time until when it finishes, and then we can allow it to be a planet forever. So there is that argument. Some people say if it can't finish the going around the sun, so it doesn't qualify to be a planet, because planets go around the sun. And that is not my interest in all this. But if I can go back a bit, there is this Earth here, and the reason I use this thing here is because I am able to explain to you what an axis is. This line here, this is the axis. So if you were to make your eyes complete this whole thing as a ball, this is the Earth. Whites, I'm lucky that there's no white here. One time I gave a moon viewing maybe to diplomats alone. Whites have been growing the Earth like this, and they will tell you it spins like this. But we are here. We are seeing the sun up there. It has just passed here. So how? So for me, I insist that we are like this, and we are spinning like this, because now this is the north. I know this is the north because Muslims used to pray here and they would face this way. This is the south, this is the east from Kololo, and Kasumi is these ends. That's where the sun sets. How many people believe that the sun moves? Only one. Others, what do you believe? The sun rose from there, and it is just struggling to set there. So isn't it moving? It is moving. We say the sun has set, it has risen, it has set. We don't say the earth has done this, or have you ever said, it is morning, the earth has woken up? Now I have a challenging story. When I was admitted here, I went in a bus. I think I had never had a long journey. If I had ever had, we left home very early. Maybe I was seated in the middle, so I couldn't see nothing. So this time, because I now am going to campus, I looked for a window. So when I was coming to Kampala, I met all trees and all houses going to my place. So I was very happy. I said, by the time I go for holidays, our place is very rich. All this mansion is going to our home. Now when I got a holiday, when I was going back, they were coming back. They were all returning to Kampala. In other words, what I'm saying is that those of you who are doing physics, who have done physics like at A level, is what we call relative velocity. When you are in your car, trees are passing you. But it is you who is moving. It is you who is moving, trees cannot move. So we tend to do things relative to the surroundings around us. So those of you who came late, I did some magic, but the reason I did magic is because I wanted to explain how the earth spins and also to give an impression of what it means by these axes for different planets. So now I will get anyone of is that a lady or a gentleman in red? You are a girl or a boy? Because I'm not seeing the other side, I'm just looking up. So you come here and we do some magic. Because your mom promised that she will bring you. So now that you have come, I will make sure that we do some magic. So I will spin this. So we're going to make sure this thing sits on this tip of a pen. Then probably later on I can do the one of the string. Do you believe this thing can sit here? You were here when I did it, so you hold tight. So we're going to spin. I will spin this like how God, those of you who do it, is it span or spin? My English is not good. It is not okay. For me, I didn't attend nursery. Is it spinned or spanned? I don't know. What is the past tense of spin? S-P-I-N.
One.
No idea. Spoken English. English is not my mother. Okay, so I will give, God gave the earth spin. When it started spinning, He threw us in the space, but now here we are having gravity to pull this thing down. But I'll make sure it sits here. How many believe? Not the ones who were here, the new ones who hadn't seen anything. How many believe it will sit here and not fall? So, and the principle we use this principle in physics called angular momentum. That's why we ride bicycles and we don't fall off. Einstein said that as long as you can keep pedaling, there's no problem. You can go on and go on. Thank you very much. And I can actually do like this. You feel the pain, you feel something? So then I can do like this and even do like this, but it does not fall off. But it will have this kind of bending, almost falling off. And I will explain that when it comes to seasons. These days, you wake up at 6:30 and it is already morning, you are late. How many of you have experienced it? It is 6:30, but you are like, hey, is it 7 or 7:30? But when it is 6:30, then around July, it will be 7, but still dark. You feel like you are waking up very, very early. 3 times 10 to the power 8, that is the same as 300 million. So it travels at 300 million meters per second. So if you can travel at that speed, you will take a whole year before going to this planet. But it is believed that it has the same properties like ours. I don't know whether we shall ever make it there. So we cry of jobs, but you can decide to make a job out of photographing the moon. So when you were coming, you saw something there, which is like a land on top of like a heater. This is the one here. And now early morning when the moon was this side, I tried to adjust the camera, and when the camera made the moon almost sit on the GPS, I made it look like a lamp. It's funny, because I heard that there is a professor who goes around the world just taking photos of frogs. That's his job. So if you want to know how some frogs in Canada look like, he has photos, he has an album, so you buy from him. Just like you take photos and send to Facebook, and Zuckerberg is one of the richest people. He has nothing else apart from your photos. So how did I start this? In 2013, give birth to you. For us, we were in Papua trying to look at the eclipse. So when the eclipse was coming up, the New Vision was publishing that there are German astronomers who are coming, they will be in Pakwach. They were glorifying the German. And we were here as physics department after doing all that physics. So I chose to give a presentation to the members of staff and tell them how the eclipse will be, why it will be so, and the like. And I'm glad those who were here, they came in big numbers. I first had a press conference at the media center, then had a lecture here, and then later on went to Pakwach. But there are other things which happened which I can't explain, and then got a chance to be on TV. After that, I saw that people were ignorant about the moon. Someone asks you, a journalist, is it true that the moon fights with the earth? I mean with the sun? Another one asks you, is it true that the moon eats the sun? The thing is, the sun is far away. But because when you see my boxes like this, if I turn like this, the other box will be covered. And they will feel like they are near each other. But if I do like this, they are far away from each other. So because of that problem, for them when they see one covering the other, they say the other one has eaten the other or they are fighting. They can't fight. They are not even near each other. So starting with 2014, I started now putting together a presentation. So I went to the internet, I would go to the internet, get these photos. For example, here in America, they will be able to see meteor showers. Meteor showers are seeing those things which come in the sky and then disappear. You can't show it to a friend. By the time you say it is there, even if you are on an outing and you really think together, like you believe in each other, by the time you say it is there, it has disappeared, and I'll explain why it does that. And then there were these conjunctions. Sometimes when you see many, like in Venus, then Mercury and the moon together, they call it a conjunction when they are nearby each other. So I started being interested in these things. When is the eclipse? Then the International Space Station, I think the other day it passed in the sky across, and then you will see as if there is a star moving from one side to the other. If you see something moving and there is no beeping light, then that is not a plane. Because if it is a plane, even if it has a light, it keeps having, it has the ends, it shows on its ends, the lights on the ends, and somewhere at the bottom. So this was after the eclipse, so I needed to know more about the eclipse. So I got these photos, and these guys, I don't know whether all of you can see these guys. These guys took a photo when they were enjoying the eclipse. This type of eclipse is called annular, when the ring sort of is left to shine around. Okay, when the moon can't fill up the whole sun and then have a ring around it. So these are penguins. Penguins don't have cameramen, but this was never been there, but they say that it feels like when you are in a pool, you can't go in a pool of water and start walking like this, can you? Or in a lake. You have to make sure your feet are on the floor, just like you do a moonwalk, which the Apollo mission, what was the name of the guy, the main guy in Apollo mission? One can remember this. There's this guy who went to the moon. The first man to go to the moon was called?
Yes, Armstrong.
Yes, Armstrong. So Armstrong showed photos when they are busy sliding on the moon. not doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk, which is in the dance, the people who go dancing. So this Orion was tested, and you'll be able to see it on this other screen, because I don't want to waste so much time. When I reach that part, I will let it play as I explain it. There will be no sound. The sound will come when we are having a look at the moon. Then I can put sound so that people see what is going. But as you can see, those who do integration and whatever equations, these people are in the lab trying to work on the Orion. It's a job. Some people will tell you investing in space is a waste of time. It is not a waste of time, because these people have jobs. They make construction of Orion. They make these spacecrafts. So this test was done. It was like a textbook testing, a textbook story. The way they mastered it is the way it happened. And so you'll be seeing the video and how it had to fly, as also pictures are coming here. When I reach that video, I will jump it, because I want us to go fast. So the capsule, that last bit they are constructing is this one here. There are tiles here to make sure that the heat does not spoil it. And then this is just an artistic impression of how it looks. There is how it was blasted into space by using rockets. The rocket, the most part of the rocket, this one here, this last part down of the rocket is mainly for fuel. These parts here are just fuel. The only thing that is useful that will go to space is just up there. So this Orion here, this part here is at the tip. The rest is just for maneuvering. To first of all go through this place. After it has gone to space, then after removing some parts, then it remains with a section for the parts. So this is a collection of the Orion, the suits, and other things that NASA was doing. This artistic impression of an astronaut. This is the surface of Mars. This is the suit, the helmet of the astronaut. And these are tracks of the Curiosity Mars rover. Curiosity Mars rover, which looks like the Explorer, which I tried to explain to the kids. This is the lab bit of it. What we do in the lab and build it up. These are pieces we put together. And once it does what we want, then we can make a real one, a mature one, that like this one, which is on Mars. So, like I said, this is a welder. He's welding parts of Orion or any spacecraft. This is where it is launched from. This is that Orion there. This is it can use fuel for maneuver, or it can use the panels, and this is the capsule where the astronauts are supposed to be. But this test was, they were using the computers. And some people say that there were some monkeys, I don't know. But because of animal rights, you cannot use a monkey without getting so I don't know. Where is if the place is open, then you can take people, pick the stools, and then there are some people who will be winning, these visitors, the young people. They can go and you come and go with them, then you see the place and also pick a stool to sit on. Don't feel bad that I'm making you suffer. We are just trying to help each other. I scratch you, you scratch me.
Yes.
So space is a lucrative business. After all, the internet you use is through space satellites. And this is the Chibonum. When it is coming back and goes through what we call the ionosphere, then it burns up. That's what is happening here. So it is now moving through ions, and then it is looking like it is burning up. You can see. And through that area, once it goes through that area, then that's when it disappears. You say it is there, then it disappears because it has gone through that region and disappeared. I don't know whether something is passing because I said something. But I think it is far away. So this is just to show you the launch pads how the launching place. So even the people who build these towers, hold the rockets, they are human beings. They are paid. The ones who manufacture them, they are also paid. They get money. The ones who sell them, that's a business. So it's a lucrative business, but it depends on how you take it. If you take it like it's a waste of money, then it becomes so. I will be slow so that these kids are back and they don't miss. And then we have another closer look at the launch pad. We have a close look at the other launch pad, and then that's how they blast off. A lot of blasting when you burn up the fuel, and then it goes to space. Now, I make a joke here, because I saw one American female astronaut, when they were interviewing her, they said, how did you come to like space? She said, I saw astronauts on the TV, and immediately I said, I want to be an astronaut. So Americans, this toy here looks like Orion. So Americans buy their children toys that matter. For us, we buy our children toys with the shooting water. They're like, shoot. So when your child becomes a rebel, you complain. But that's what you. We went to the workshop, and when we went to the workshop where they gave us these robots, they said we build robots. All Africans build robots which hurt each other. Like we were building things which will harm. I don't know why. And it's like when they give you a knife, if I give her a knife, she will already think about how to use it to build something. If you give it to a criminal, it's like, now I have a weapon, I can. So it depends on what you have in mind that you have. So please buy children toys that matter. Even these robots are not expensive. I think a whole kit is about $400. And they can build different robots. I don't have them, so don't say where can we buy them. You can get them on the internet and get some. And I'm sorry if my language doesn't hurt you. A disclaimer, because I'm very discreet about Africans. If I had a chance, I would throw you away and then bring someone else. But including myself, but I have no choice because of the way we take things. So this is Orion, which is in space. I told you that it can use these panels or use the fuel here to do the maneuvering. So if we can take these things to the moon, I'm saying we because I am a fellow human being. I'm not part of NASA, I'm not part of SpaceX, but I'm saying we as human beings. So the Orion now can touch off the fuel part and use the electricity from these panels and still do maneuvers. And then it can eventually also detach off the capsule when it is ready to come to Earth, when it is ready to come back to Earth. So I want to put back the Orion so that because I took too much time when I was waiting for the young ones to come. So this is now the capsule where the astronauts will be trying to come back. We've already seen that it can be a chibonum of sorts, and that means on the belly it will burn up, and that belly they put tiles there to make sure that this belly here is made of tiles. Tiles are these ceramic, they make tiles from ceramic. You burn up like clay and then again treat it so you can't expect it to burn again. So it becomes like a heat shield. And then, so it was launched in America. It went around, so it was launched here. It went around the Earth and then tried to go deep into space. You'll be able to hear that young man explaining what happened in the launch. And then when it came back, of course, much as there was a heat shield, it had gotten burnt up. A few parts were burnt up, like it was showing that burned up. Then they took it back into the laboratory and now started doing the test. What got spoiled, what went wrong,
the night. And so this should be a video that is playing there. And because the reason I put the videos on the other TV was to make sure that we don't waste time on this video here, because we can take a lot of time on it. But this is a new Orion which went unmanned to go around the moon as preparation for the launch. So this is this was the launch. So this is an artistic impression of how Mars exploration can be done using robots, with these astronauts going around doing some experiments. And then I normally remind the ladies that this is not a guy's stuff, it's not for men only. Even some ladies are enjoying being astronauts. Okay? And then so we have this is the man now. This is this robot here. This is this robot here. This is the one made in a lab, and this one here is the Mars Curiosity rover, which is in space. I think no, they can sit here. This man, they can, yes, they can, because these children need to see. You come and you let the children come here. These big people, for me, they should even be standing. I'm more interested in the children. You go and sit around there. Mr. Waguma, you are welcome. So this is how Mars looks like. They call it a red planet, but it looks like this. These tires here are metallic, but they have survived. I think it was launched in 20, I don't remember, I'm sorry. But we can Google if we want. But it is still looking good. It has the eyes like these ones here. I don't think they are infrared. So it can send its laser and be able to detect what is the kind of metal or the kind of can you get him a stool so that he sits on the stool? Yes. This one has to stand. He has to be doing his job while standing. So Mars those days. But look at these countries. All these maps are the flags. These are the flags of different countries which are innovating to put something Mars can understand. I must say that it was a lie for people to say that we sent a satellite to space. And it is not good for people to lie even in exam. They need to ask an exam or let's score that people were doing critics that we didn't send. Yes, we did not send any satellite. Japanese got groups from Uganda and Zimbabwe to do some tube satellite to make sure children can know about space things. Then they asked NASA to send those tubes to the International Space Station. Then the International Space Station will try to send them to space just to make sure that they know the orbit. So the video is no launch. Money, it's hearty, you know. It's hard. But I'm sorry if I sound for you, so you don't report the powers. I don't want big. So these old countries, this should be China, this is America, this is India, this is Russia, Uganda. So these are the rocks on scale. This is how the rocks on Mars look like. And then these rocks on Mars, this is another picture of the rock on Mars, another landscape showing some rocks on Mars. This is how a sunset appears on Mars. This is another landscape of Mars. Like if you were if you go to Isidro or you go to Kapchorwa, the landscape is different when you are here, or if you go to Guru, the landscape is north. So another, I put a couple of them. And this one was taken, I don't remember the month, but I got this photo when it was 70s. Anyone of you know when the 70s Christmas, when people just have to have photos that they are selfie. So the curiosity, the Mars rover, the robot on Mars, also took a photo using this and shared it on Internet. Now, the young ones, it's not that this robot is so intelligent that it's not going to do so much. Some people in the east of China, they send instructions and tell you to do this. They say, now, you move, because it has cameras on the airport. Then the also center is going around which can take photos around. So they are able to communicate with it and say, we now want you to go this side and then you dig a transport. Then they see what is going on. So somebody is controlling it. It's not that it's there doing things. Now I did bring but I will explain. So this is they say that there is an aurora on the surface of Mars. An aurora, when I was in Norway, they told me, tonight we are going to see dancing lights. I said, that fluorescent light, then we get a nice. So this thing on top of your head is high technology. You are having electrons moving up there. So if those electrons go on the top of the earth and then create ionization, then you get dancing colors. I didn't see. I see now on video. I missed that chance because I didn't want to be affected by YouTube. Some video. Maybe I can try it out. Can be playing as there. I was trying to explain a couple of things, but I want to see. I hope it will. I think use Lauren for almost all the maybe we will be able to see. So I will let another video be playing on. Seeing the introduction, I mean the inside of the space station. Yeah, that's fine. So this one can be there since it will take longer. It will not go off easily, but it will help me to do. So I move on. In 2015, this messenger was, I think, on Monday. I don't know whether you can see it. And that's why I made it the end of year 2024. What we need 2025, that's about after 10 years, we can make it again monthly so that we always have something new coming up and people who couldn't come today could come another month. So this is an eclipse path which happened in Norway. This is by copyright. This thing had been read in 2000, but it was happening on March 20th. So when you go on the internet, these things are already there. Even when I was trying to do an eclipse presentation of Pakwachi, I had it, I think it was 2001. So this shows you how it goes through Norway. And the special thing, I think, the interest I think in this was how Norwegians, or whatever we call it, Norway, it's a country I know about, but the first time we reached there, we cast ourselves. Very cold. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It touched there, then I started counting from there. So that's why we say there are 12 months in 1 year, and that's why we confuse the moon and the month. They all sound the same in vernacular because we don't care. We can't differentiate a month and the moon. But also the English were also confused. You see, a month is they just added some th and they eliminated the o, but they're almost the same. The sun moves about itself for 11 years. We call it a solar cycle. So I want one volunteer to come here, and then we demonstrate. One young one who is not shy, that young man who is tall from the school, you can come here, we do our spinning. Listen carefully. I am going to be spinning for 24 hours, and he's going to go around me for a month. And both of us are going to go around the sun for a year. So you come here, you come near here, you don't know anything. So as he's moving like that, me I will move as the earth. Then I see him, the moon has risen, okay? Then I leave here, then it has set. Then I see, you are running. So I see. So both of us, I think we have demonstrated enough. Now you can go. So we go around the sun so we would go around. Me, I keep turning for a day, 24 hours. Then I see him. Then I see him tomorrow. I see him next day. Then he keeps changing. It is a new moon. It is a first quarter. It is then it goes to gibbous. Then it goes to full moon, and then it goes like that. But as the thing goes, as the earth and the moon go, for some reason, then they tilt. So when they tilt here, when the earth tilts around December here, the countries of Norway, Russia and they run away from the sun. And then they become cold. Then they become winter. The ones in South Africa, they are celebrating something like summer. Then when we reach here, the countries in the north, they get a lot of the sun. When they get a lot of the sun, you birds, can you give me a chance to embrace? So when the countries face the sun, then it becomes the summer. These people take this thing serious. In summer, they buy bikini and they enjoy the sun. In winter, they buy winter jackets and then they take it seriously. Now for us, because we like matoke and monde, it is the same every day. Apart from this light change these days, 7 a.m. we yawn and wake up. We go to the garden. 7 p.m. we are tired. Then we go home. We have nothing exciting. In temperate countries, a jacket can cost 20,000 in summer. In winter, you buy it 100,000. So that's how business varies. You want to buy a jacket, a t-shirt in the summer. You find the t-shirt in summer is around maybe 200,000. When you want to buy it in winter, you can buy it around 5,000 because it's not needed. So these kids know how to maneuver. In winter, they buy summer stuff. In summer, they buy winter stuff. If you wait for it, it's like if it rains and you want to buy an umbrella in one day, they can sell you the umbrella twice. I don't know why they sell toilet papers along the road. I don't know why. But for the umbrellas, I know when it threatens to rain, they make sure the umbrellas are expensively sold. So that's about the seasons. And now you know, at least now you appreciate how the moon moves in relation to the earth and now in relation to the sun. So as we are here, the earth is spinning like this. Now, the Baganda, when they would be reading the news sometime back when they were not yet understanding the language, they were saying Mumambuka, meaning horizontal. So if you give me support, I would like to petition them. And we stop, because they always say the collaboration between, since you are now academics, they have this talk, collaboration between the north and the south. It's like we are down there. We are actually up here. You understand?
Yes.
The equator is here. This is the equator. We are up here.
Yes.
That's why River Nile flows from Jinja to Egypt down there. They are down there. We are up here. You have to support me and we campaign.
Yes.
We are up here. We are up here. So we should always be telling them, you people there. Yes, we are up here. Because under normal circumstances, in reality, the moon is there, is up there. So when I was in Norway, I met an Australian. So when we went, there is a place where they have like a tanning restaurant, and when I reached there, so me with my blackness, he didn't know I do physics. So I said, for you guys, what, you walk when you're upside down? Because we were up here, and Australia is there. So that means they walk when they're upside down. And he laughed at me, but actually it should be like this. At least you can walk when you are bending like So that's why for us who come from here areas, they say that we are short. Because we are always struggling with we walk near the hill, so the gravity keeps pulling us to the ground. Then the Kajongs, because they walk on a flat place, and even they jump, so they are tall people. Isn't South Sudan, I've never been to South Sudan, isn't it very flat? Yeah. They say that's why they are tall. So, support me, we change this kind of funny bit of the... So I want to take advantage and adjust the telescope, we make a line. But since the young ones are the ones who have priority, I want to push it down. They first see, since you see, for you, if the elders have not seen, then I know you can't run away. So I will start with the kids. And then we take a round. We make a line. Then we take a round. Then I try to finish through the presentation. But when we have seen what brought us most. Okay. Young man I want to start with, for reason I will explain later. I will give you why I'm starting. After everyone let's play. Don't feel bad that it's not that man is because I will explain.
Okay, now we make a line. It is becoming a bit cloudy, but you'll be able to do the same thing. And it is moving, that's why I have to keep adjusting. That is it, counting so fast. Because the magic affected you now. You come back and close the eye. But when it becomes bright, we shall have another look. Have you finished taking? Let me organize it. I've seen that one. You try again. You look again, they take you. If you have high pressure. She's so. Because when she sees you, it's like, close this side like this. You can hold it like this. You hold one eye like seeing it. See? It's not inside there, but you can see the other part. Let's do it fast so that the mature people also can take a look. But if they see, they may run away. Hey, mature may run away. I want to keep them around. Next one, you hold one eye. Next, let us do it fast so that we finish the you'll be able to see something. Next. Next. Close one. You can touch the other if you really want to see properly. These lights, that light is not good for a telescope, sir. When we are seeing let's be thinking. This is like Jalibu. This is round one. You can, but you can't. Like shapes, you can't get unless if you want to think or whatever. But if you try and you think you are good, I've tried. You need to put like a cover of container, then stick it there. But now you're taking our time. So first see what you want to photograph. But I'm here. If you can be patient, when people are done, you can come and try it. You just look here. Let me put that there. Yeah, right. Very well. Alright, put it in the middle. Adjustment looks like this. Go with what is there. Now, we're going through what I want. Oh. Thank you for that. I like that.
Because it had some rough things at the bottom.
The other time you missed.
Never see confirmatory.
Confirm that it is free.
But which eye are you going to use?
The rear.
Yes,
Which eye is the left or right?
whichever. You
Left
can
hand.
use both and all of them. Start with the one, then you can use the other one later. There's no one who can hide.
It's okay now. I see the patches.
Yeah.
That like as if it is a bosho.
You go, you have seen.
Yes, you saw those things.
You have seen.
Yes.
You have seen. Since you are looking at
Potatoes.
Did you see them? I don't know. I remember I can't check. But I see it here. Send you that. You see, it's not so expensive. It must be moving away almost.
Again, it was at the center.
Okay, let me arrange it for you so that you see properly what you are supposed to do. Potholes. Here you go. You can take another one quickly. Don't touch anywhere. Now you have seen. Next. Can you do behind the pin? Yeah. You can't hide the habit. You have seen a little bit behind. I'll submit behind. You can see. Next.
Don't fear him, brother.
Ask any question I'm here. You want to see? It will be more brighter. See? Yeah, where are we going? When you want, I'm here. I'm always here. Yeah, let me. Because it moves. So now it's getting out of it. Because I was leaving it down so it keeps going slowly so I don't have to tell the next. There are people who don't know how to wing, so that's why I tell them to hold it there. Wow.
This is great.
Yes. Next. Please don't go. I have to finish my don't touch. Genius. Don't touch it. Take it and I'll have trouble.
Abaana bano banotuyamba etwandibadde tubagamba nga tugeete munagenda kala defutyaliwo
looks so fresh.
Are we done, all of us? Who has not seen? Chipa, why you don't go? That's what I told you.
The stuff has moved. I have to bring it back.
Please don't, people shouldn't go,
But I promised that they shouldn't go, but they have gone.
so you take a look. No. So, okay, members, let's sit down and I finish quickly. I don't know why they